To celebrate passing 40,000 subscribers, I asked you guys to write in and send me your questions. Now, I looked up on YouTube how people normally do Q&A sessions, and normally they just sit in front of the camera and they answer the questions. That's not really the relationship that be quiet please, seagulls. That's not really the relationship that I'm trying to foster with you guys. I like to go on little adventures with you. The problem is, here in Jersey, back in my home island, the only wheels I have are a pink skateboard. So we are going to find some wheels and go on a little adventure, and then I'll get round to answering your questions. Can't skateboard on gravel apparently. Nan, can I borrow the Harley? Now, some of the questions you sent me were pretty interesting. Some of them were downright funny. Some of them were pretty sick. And some of them were definitely X-rated. And this is a family show. So when you hear this noise, be sure to make sure the kids are outside of the room. We'll save those questions for later. What is it with me and engines? Not doing too well getting wheels so far. I've just got to run a quick errand before we actually get down to these questions. Ding ding ding. Sending out some postcards to our Kombi crew, the Patreons of Kombi Life. So let's have a look at these. Just thought you guys might want to see where it's posted from. Check out this post box. Weird, my little island. It is pretty beautiful, the island, so I wanted to send out some scenes to some of you guys so that you could see how beautiful Jersey is and hopefully come and visit someday. Look at that. I want to be that. On a boat, in a bay like that. One day, it's going to happen. Thanks for your support, guys. Let's see if these end up at your house before I upload the video. Now, let's go and get some wheels. So we're going to be using this car to go for a little spin. Oh. Let's try that again, shall we? Alrighty, let's go for a little spin, little adventure, and I'll get down to some of these questions that you guys so very kindly sent in. All we need to do is find somebody to help ask the questions whilst I'm driving. It feels weird driving on this side of the car. I drive on the left, I drive on the left, I drive on the left. Aha! You waiting for the bus?
Yeah, I am.
You want a lift?
Love one.
Where are you going?
Corbière?
Perfect, it's en route.
Fancy a tea?
When in Rome. These lovely people here, and there's some questions on there that they've sent in, and if you can ask them. Cheers. I love that about Jersey, everyone lets you out all the time, you never have to wait.
So you ready to get going?
Go for it.
First question's from Colin Dis. How long are you back in Jersey for?
I'm back in Jersey for as little amount of time as possible. I'm here to sort out my American visa, save up enough money to rescue the Kombi. So I will be here for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months. Coming to the end of that time now already, to be honest. Itching to get back.
Alright. Should we move to a video question?
Yes, I want to see some video questions.
Hey Ben, so when are you gonna come get the Kombi?
So that's Payson and Sierra. They are basically looking after the Kombi in Alaska. You are looking after the Kombi, right, girls? I'll be up there as soon as I can be. I'm planning to get back up there for pretty much spring. I'm working on a bit of a rescue plan at the moment. I've had the transmission built, which is great news, so that's waiting for me. Rancho Transaxles have kindly built me a custom transmission. That house here we were just passing was built in 1694, is that say?
Good local knowledge, man.
Unbelievable. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be back up in Alaska for the end of spring. You girls let me know when the snow melts, and I'll be there as soon as I can be. Okay.
All right, let's go to another video question.
All right.
Hey Ben, it's the crew from Delos here, and we have a question for you, man.
Just wondering, when are you going to stop being a landlubber? Come out and join us on the water.
Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas,
Cheers to you,
man.
bro.
Cheers, guys. Are any of you guys following the Delos adventure? Awesome adventure. If you haven't checked out their travel series, you should definitely check it out. They're sailing around the world. I think that video is coming in from South Africa, so cheers guys for sending that in. I made a blog recently when we were sailing down from Alaska to Oregon. We spent 2 months on a really cool sailboat, and I kind of got bitten by the sailing bug. I definitely want to get a boat. It will feature in the future of Kombi Life. I've been looking at different boats. I've been down to the yacht club here in Jersey, asking if I can get involved in sailing. So I just need some more experience basically, and I need to go and buy a boat and do it up. Apparently you can get boats pretty cheaply. So I don't know, from like $20,000 you might even be able to buy a boat. The problem is I kind of want a big boat so I can fit lots of you guys on there with me.
Talking about sailing and boats, Roy Batty's got a question for you, and he said, what kind of boats have you been looking at? And Roy, well, he's got one up on you, Ben. He lives in a Kombi and a boat.
Oh, Roy lives in a Kombi and a boat. Yeah, I'm totally jealous. That's kind of what I'm shooting for, Roy. Well, the only boats I can afford were built in the 70s. I kind of want to like something that's like basically a sailing boat that's around 40 to 45 foot with enough room for a crew to come with me, because the only way I'm going to be able to learn to sail is if people are with me that actually know how to sail, because I don't really know how to sail properly yet, and I don't really want to kill myself too soon.
Okay, Stefan has got a question, and I'm going to attempt his surname. But he said, how are you going to make money to get back to the Kombi next year? And how much do you think you need at least?
I'm currently working with my old man as an electrician on the island, so I'm kind of learning a new trade. It's great because I get to spend some time with him. I've been off the island for like 7 years and I've hardly seen him that entire time. I think I've seen him like, I can count on one hand the amount of times. Should we go to normal? Just
Yeah.
a little spin up there. I think I could count on one hand the amount of times I've seen my dad in the last 7 years. So it's been great to spend every single day with him. We're not arguing, which is amazing. And I'm learning something really cool, and I'm getting some money, so... This is the red wire, oh, the blue wire. Oh, yeah. So, I don't know, like I'm just going to try and save up as much money as I possibly can. I'm not intending to come back here to work anytime soon, or there is no plan to get a proper job in the future, so I need as much money as I can get together so that I can continue adventuring after I give away my bus to one of you guys.
But no rough ballpark figure.
How much money I need?
Yeah.
As much as I can get.
Alright.
Like I need to buy a boat, I need to, or like another vehicle to like continue travelling in. I want to travel around the world a few more times. Like, how much is that going to cost? What's our chicken?
Okay, well, Brad Taylor's got a question for you. I think a lot of people want to know this. He says, number of folks fast, where's the dog? His question is, will she ever be back in your life? Looks like she's got a new master now.
Yeah, I just got sent a video.
Like that.
Yeah, I know, right? I just got sent a video from Leah in Canada, who's looking after Alaska. Alaska's been settling into house life for the first time in her life, having lived in the bus since Peru. And she's really happy. She's got a few little doggy friends. She's exploring Canada. I don't know, I miss her like crazy. It's really hard being away from her. I Skyped her the other day and she actually recognised me. She was sniffing around on the keyboard to see like where the noise was coming from. Like, it almost broke my heart. I'm going to be back there, it's just as soon as I can. It could be even like a month or two time. And this, I don't want to be away from Alaska again. This is going to be the last time I'm away from her. I'm going to bring her with me in the future.
Okay. This is a great question from Elderby. Not sure I really want to know the answer. How bad does the smell get when you're travelling?
bad as you think, to be honest. Like,
luckily it smells alright today. This car, but go on.
I've had a shower today, which is a rare thing for me. Just want to point this out to those guys watching. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but basically that is a German bunker and a cannon that was left over from when the Germans occupied Jersey. So all around Jersey there are like forts from the 1700s, there's castles from like 1500, 1200, like really old forts and stuff, and most recently from like the 40s we were occupied for about 5 years during the Second World War. So we've got all of these German underground bunkers all around the island, which is actually really cool. It's really interesting. So I'm just going to spin up here on the headland and then go back down to a different beach. What was the question? How bad does it get? It doesn't get that bad, because if somebody comes in the bus and they smell, I kind of find a way to kick them out as quickly as I can. Also I have a 5-day shower rule. Like, if we haven't had an opportunity to have a good wash in 5 days, I will literally stop the trip. Like, we will go and find a river and everybody will go for a wash. Like, baby wipes will only get you so far, you know?
It's your bus, so if you smell, they just gotta live with it, right?
No one's ever said anything. I think I smell pretty good, you know?
That's probably because you give them a free ride. But anyway, you ready for another video question? This is from Kareem.
Hey, how's it going?
That's it.
Greetings from Austria, Vienna. My name is Kareem, and my question to you is, when did you start dreaming of doing this kind of tour? Like, were you a teenager, or was it when you were a child? And second question, if you could go back in time to the beginning of the van tour, to the beginning where you like bought the bus and stuff like that, what would you tell yourself, and would you do anything different than you did? Yeah, cheers.
Cheers for the question, mate. Kareem, that's definitely going forward. Let's go backwards. So first part of the question was, when did I start dreaming of this kind of thing? I have been dreaming about travelling since I was 16 years old. I went to university to study IT, of all things, because I thought it would make me money quickly so that I could go travelling quickly. So it's been like a passion and something that's been driving me since I was a teenager. This particular trip to like travel through the Americas was always like on my mind. Like I always knew that was going to be one of my biggest adventures, but it kind of evolved into what it is that you see. Each episode kind of evolves, and what Kombi Life is kind of evolves on the way. So it's all happening right now. And the second part of this question was,
what would you do differently if you could have a time again and go back?
What would I tell myself, and what would I do differently? I would tell myself, Ben, you are about to be tested in ways that you never thought was possible. Don't worry, you are going to be able to do it. You will rise to the challenge, but it's going to be really, really hard. Don't for one second think that it's going to be all fun and, you know, lollipops and rainbows. I'd tell myself that. And if I do something differently, I'd probably take less people over the Andes. I've lit up a few engines trying to take too many people over the Andes back and forth like 7 times. Always thinking it was the last mechanic's fault, and not really knowing enough about mechanics myself to know that I was just asking too much of the engine. Yes, next.
Okay, well, this is
Thanks for
another
your
good
question.
one. This is from Roxanne Hendricks. Good name. What's the biggest thing you've learned from travel?
That is a good question. I think probably that all people are essentially the same. One, like, that's helped me just accept people from different places so much easier, and I don't know, I just feel like we're all on this planet for the same reason. The same things are important to us regardless of how different our culture is. And two, that possessions really aren't that important. I kind of grew up in a society where, you know, the bigger TV, a faster car, a nicer house was the things that we measured our success by, and happiness is really the thing that I think is the measure of success, and I think travel's really taught me those things.
SSR98 wants to know, do you think you'll ask Sean to marry you?
You need to go and watch episode 11, season 3 of Ask to Alaska, and then come back to this video and apologise. Next.
Okay, we've got one from Robin from Instagram.
Oh, hey Robin.
It says, what was the day when you asked yourself what the hell you're doing here, and why you keep pushing yourself through this choice?
Various, yeah, lots of times, but particularly when I was broken down in Costa Rica, I was thinking like that was the real like I'm halfway, I'm like only halfway, not even halfway, and I've got this, you know, I've just bought a new engine and it's just blown up, and now I've got to rebuild this new engine that I've just bought. Like that was a real kind of, I don't know, that was rock bottom for me. And I think just I got a lot of inspiration from the people I was around at the time, and that's when I really decided that I was gonna make it to Alaska no matter what happened.
Alright. I don't know who this one's from, but it's another question. When did you realise you can make a home in a moving vehicle?
When I went to Australia in 2010 and realised that lots of people were backpacking or van packing around Australia in vans, because it's expensive to travel on buses there, but it's super cheap to travel in a van. And so I bought a van, travelled around Australia for a year, pretty much doing the same thing that I do on Astra Alaska, picking people up, sharing the van with people, just sharing gas and, you know, and food. And so that's when I knew that you could live in a van. And so when I got to South America and I started like hitchhiking and backpacking around, I thought, you know what, it's so much more fun in a van. And so I bought Capito.
Awesome. Okay, I don't know if I want to know the answer to this one. Kind of do. Has anyone ever pooped or peed the bed? That's from Patrick from Floppy Hat Photos.
Oh, thanks, Patrick. No, not even Alaska. Nobody has pooped or peed in the bed in the Kombi, thankfully.
God, everyone's well trained. Alright, let's go to a video.
Hi Ben, we're Emma and Sven from Germany and the States. Emma's home for Christmas in the States right now, so that's why we're doing this over Skype. Yeah, we have a VW bus of our own, which we're planning to take down the Americas in 2016. So yeah, we have a question for you, and Emma's going to ask it because she's in the bus.
Hi Ben, like Sven said, I'm Emma, and this is our VW bus, Big Emma. She's a 1975 pop-up and is red and yellow and is awesome. And our question is, how do you know what to film while you're traveling? Do you just film everything? And if so, does it get annoying to film everything you do? So that's it. Greetings from Illinois and from Germany. Bye, Ben.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was a cool question, guys. Like, thumbs up for creativity and double thumbs up because you're in a VW bus. Appreciate that. Good luck on your adventure going down to the Americas. That's going to be a lot of fun. How do I know what to film? I think the biggest thing I've learned, I mean, I've been learning how to film since I started. I've never done anything like this before. I just picked up the camera and wanted to share the adventure. And so the biggest thing I've learned is what not to film. You can easily film way too much and it becomes a nightmare when it's time to edit an episode and there's hundreds of gigabytes of video. So I try to include something different in each episode, a different element of travel, a little bit of a different element of the trip, and try to introduce you to like either people that we meet along the way or activities that we're doing. And so I try not to be too repetitive, but there are certain reoccurring themes like breakdowns and, you know, like just other shenanigans about picking people up. Believe it or not, I only film about 40% of the breakdowns that we do, and there's still at least a couple of breakdowns in every single episode. So yeah, it's mainly what not to film. I hope that answers your question. Thanks very much for sending that in, guys. I really appreciate it. And for your support on Patreon.
Okay, here's another one for you. What's happening with winning the bus? What's going on with that?
Yeah, a few people have asked that because obviously, like, not everybody's up to date. You've got your own lives. I'm still giving away the bus. The plan to give away the bus is in the end of this summer. I'll be finished in Alaska. I will be making the draw and giving it to somebody. I've been looking into how I can import the vehicle into Canada and the States, and it's definitely possible. This year it will qualify to be imported into the States, so that's great for all the North American people. And if anyone else wins it from around the... Oh, bless him. If anyone else wins the bus from around the world, then we can import the bus into your country too. But all the details are on the website. If you're not in it, please enter. It's a great way to support our project. It's kind of cool that we get to give away our Kombi at the end of it to one of you guys. And yeah, it's just a fun little part of this project that you're all involved in. Bit of a camera fail. GoPro let me down. I had to borrow a GoPro so I could film this 2 angles. And it just crashed. So now I'm taping the other camera.
That was smooth.
I'll edit that out.
Oh, now you're gonna have a weepy thumb and a bruise. Oh.
Can I have my tea?
How will you survive?
Right, back on the
He's an
road.
adventure man.
Bit of a camera disaster. I drive on the left.
Alright, you ready for another question then?
Yes.
Okay, so this one from Spooky Guy says, this entire time I thought you were Aussie. Perhaps a bit about your background. Age, childhood interests, when you started travelling, educational background. Oh, you've got a CV to submit. He said, as subscribers really don't know the history of the man behind the van.
Put my resume in the post.
1 page?
I think I covered a bit of that already. I am 34 years old. I've recently celebrated my birthday. I haven't actually told any of you guys that before because I was a little bit embarrassed about being so old, but you know what? Who cares?
Made it this far, well done.
I know, right? Which is kind of a miracle considering everything I've done. I went to university, I told you that. I studied IT. I'm from Jersey, which is this tiny island which is not Australia, but I spend a lot of time with Aussies, so that's why I speak with an Aussie accent, mate. You know, I lived in Australia for like at least a year, mate. Fair income, but can you tell the difference between my accent and an Aussie accent, mate? If I speak like that, it's not even that good. Sorry, Aussies.
I think before you offend anyone else, maybe we should move on to another question.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to video one.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm in my dad's 1967 VW Kombi bus. Getting restored slowly, getting there, but I'm a big fan of your show. My dad and I watch Kombi Life, and I have one question. Okay, we know you've had episodes where Alaska was sick, and a bunch of episodes where your bus has been broken down. You tell us about that all the time. But here's my question. Have you ever had anyone on board or yourself have a health scare or health issues in the middle of nowhere and you couldn't do anything about it?
Huh. Good question, Andrew. Thank you very much. Nice bus. Not really, to be honest. We did have Rosa from Finland who was fainting but we were in the States and there was great medical care. It was a little expensive, but that was easy to get to, so that wasn't really too bad. I had to take a girl down from we were up a closed volcano in Colombia, and there was a bit of a health scare there that she had to go to hospital for. I won't tell you the details, but we had to basically evacuate off this erupting volcano down to the hospital, which was kind of exciting. What else? Alaska, I got out from surf one time and Alaska had her neck ripped open by, I guess, another dog or some animal. She'd just been hanging out on the beach, and when I got back she wasn't doing too well, so yeah. But for the most part we've been pretty lucky. We take care of ourselves and most of it's kind of minor issues.
But you've not had any major health scares?
I've got a few pretty disgusting stories I could tell you, but no, nothing that was major.
We'll move on. Okay, this is from Nicholas off Twitter. What's the hardest part about living in the Kombi?
There are certain things that are difficult, such as finding a place to wash and finding internet access so we can do this whole show and stuff. But I think the hardest part about living in the Kombi for me is that I can only afford to do it by sharing it with people, and so it's challenging to find people to come with me. We spend quite a bit of time looking for people to come and be on our show and travel with us, and two, then we get to like them and then we have to say goodbye to them. And I've met so many awesome people, but I said it before, saying goodbye to people really sucks, and it's the hardest part about being on the road for me is not being able to develop a strong friendship base, because I'm quite a sociable person and it would be nice to have some friends around me, but they're always changing.
Alright. How do you manage your time between creating content and keeping the adventure going? That's from Shane from Tattered Passport.
I think Shane's in Australia, right? He's got a Kombi. You should have sent in a video message, mate. I'm not very good at managing my time. I spend a lot of time making content and looking for ways to monetize my channel and stuff, and so that I can continue to make videos, and I spend way too much time doing that. and not enough time making adventures, which is why in my 2015 highlights video I said to you, like, this year in 2016 let's make more time doing things that we love doing, because when I look back at 2015 I had an amazing time, but I also spent a heck of a lot of time sitting in Walmart car parks and editing, so I want to kind of like figure that balance out and, you know, work on a kind of work-life balance which is going to make me happier going forward doing this kind of thing, and that might involve getting some support to do like admin on the channel and stuff like that somehow.
Okay, this is just well, there's no name for this one, but what's the most amount of people sleeping in the Kombi at any one time?
Lots more fun questions and videos coming up from you guys and our answers, and more exploring of Jersey. So if you want to continue this drive with us, click here for the second part of the video. Bink. Sorry, is that covering your face? Let me just... Yeah, how's that?
Move back in.
I don't know if it's better if we cover our face or if we bring it over here. Thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to check out something else, why not check out one of our Mexican adventures? We've got a new episode coming soon, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to help us continue to document our travels in 2016, please consider signing up to Patreon. It helps us make better content more frequently, and we could really use a hand. Click this link for more info.